A new front is opening in the Persian Gulf. As the United States moves an armada of warships toward Iran, Tehran is answering, not with words, but with hardware. Iran has now deployed its first ever dedicated naval drone carrier, the Shahid Bagheri, positioned near the strategic Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil choke points.
ما الان روی ناو پهپادبر شهید باقری هستیم.
اینا پهپادهای جاسم.
پهپادهای جاسم چه زیبا.
اینا پهپاد از
چقدر خوشگله.
جنگنده ساخت خودمون، طراحی خودمون از اون جنگنده قاهر ساخته شده. نمونه کوچکتر از اون برای عملیات.
دوستان پهپاد از نزدیک. دوستان پهپاد من پهپاد.
اینا پهپاد M6.
دوستان پهپاد
M6. مهاجر 6. الان شما اونجا می‌بینید دیگه اینجاست کام ضعیف باندشه 185 متر طول باندشه. پهپاد به این صورت تیکاف میکنه. این هم ترمزاست. پهپاد موقعی که میشینه 3 تا ترمز میگیرنش. اینم آسانسورشه که
خدا قوت به نخبگان داخلی خودمون.
این یه کشتی تجاری
ما توی جهان و توی پهپاد حرف برای گفتن داریم.
State television footage shows the massive vessel at sea, its decks lined with unmanned aerial vehicles, engines primed, systems active. Iranian media says the message is clear: these drones are ready to respond to any attack. Intelligence assessments suggest Iran has also reinforced its southern coastline with elite IRGC units, signaling a broader defensive and offensive posture. The Shahid Bagheri is no ordinary ship. Once a 42,000-ton commercial container vessel, it has been transformed into a floating drone base for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. Stretching over 240 meters with a full-length runway and ski-jump launch platform, the ship is designed to launch wave after wave of UAVs and keep doing it for months. The carrier can reportedly deploy up to 60 drones, along with 30 fast missile launching boats stored below deck and ready for rapid operations. Its weapons loadout includes anti-ship missiles, short-range air defenses, rapid-fire cannons, and suspected ballistic missile containers. But what has Washington worried is not the size of the ship, it's the strategy behind it. Military analysts warn Iran's doctrine relies on swarm warfare, hundreds of low-cost drones launched simultaneously, designed to overwhelm even the most advanced naval defenses. As one drone expert put it, if enough are launched fast enough, some will get through. This deployment comes as U.S. President Donald Trump confirms that the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and its strike group have been sent toward West Asia, with another fleet reportedly following close behind. Trump says the buildup is precautionary. Iran calls it intimidation.
And in June, we obliterated Iran's nuclear capacity in Operation Midnight Hammer. You saw that. People have been waiting for 22 years to do that, and we were right at the end. They were about a month away from having a nuclear weapon. We had to do it. And by the way, there's another beautiful Armada floating beautifully toward Iran right now. So we'll see. I hope they make a deal. I hope they make a deal.
And now senior Iranian commanders are issuing blunt warnings. Rear Admiral Habibullah Sayari says any act of adventurism against Iran will come at a heavy cost. He accuses the United States of gunboat diplomacy, using massive warships to project fear, and insists Iran is fully prepared to respond across land, sea, and air. Iran's leadership argues that advanced technology alone does not decide wars, pointing to past conflicts, including the recent 12-day war, as proof of its resilience and capability. The message from Tehran is unmistakable. The drones are ready. the fleet is watching. And the Gulf is once again becoming one of the most dangerous flashpoints on the planet. What happens next may depend on who blinks first.
And in June, we obliterated Iran's nuclear capacity in Operation Midnight Hammer. You saw that. People have been waiting for 22 years to do that, and we were right at the end. They were about a month away from having a nuclear weapon. We had to do it. And by the way, there's another beautiful Armada floating beautifully toward Iran right now. So we'll see. I hope they make a deal. I hope they make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time they'd have a country.
A stark warning from the White House. U.S. President Donald Trump says a massive armada is now heading toward Iran, moving fast, powerful, and prepared for action. In a blistering post, Trump says the fleet, led by the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, is larger than the one once sent toward Venezuela and is ready to strike with what he calls speed and violence if necessary. His message to Tehran is blunt: come to the table, make a deal, no nuclear weapons. Trump warns time is running out and invokes what he calls Operation Midnight Hammer, claiming Iran has already paid a heavy price for refusing talks, and warning the next attack would be far worse. But Tehran is pushing back. Iran's foreign minister says Iran has not requested negotiations with Washington and has had no recent contact with the U.S. Special Envoy. He says talks cannot happen under threat.
هیچ تماسی بین بنده و آقای ویتکاف در چند روز اخیر نبوده و هیچ درخواستی هم برای مذاکره از سوی ما ارائه نشده. واسطه‌های مختلف البته تماس میگیرن، کشورهای مختلف تلاش میکنن که با حسن نیت که نقشی رو ایفا بکنن که ما با اونها در تماس هستیم البته، ولی کن هنوز هیچ تصمیمی گرفته نشده. درخواستی هم از سمت ما وجود داره. اگر میخواهند که مذاکره شکل بگیره، حتما باید تهدید، زیاده خواهی، طرح موضوعات غیر منطقی رو کنار بگذارن. مذاکره مرام خودشو داره، باید از موضع برابر باشه، بر اساس احترام متقابل باشه، برای منافع متقابل باشه. اگر کسی بخواد یک طرفه با استفاده از زور به مقاصد خودش برسه، قطعا اسمش دیپلمات. ما تماس‌های ما با اونها مستمر، مرتب ادامه داره. سفراشون در اینجا در تماس مستقیم با وزارت امور خارجه هستن. من با وزرا در تماسم. دیشب با وزیر خارجه قطر صحبت کردم و این نگرش به نظر من در کل منطقه وجود داره که یک تهدید نظامی باعث بی‌ثباتی در کل منطقه خواهد شد، به خصوص با توجه به ویژگی‌هایی که حضور آمریکا در منطقه داره. این فهم مشترک به نظرم در منطقه وجود داره. منطقه کاملا بر علیه تهدید نظامی هست و همه معتقد هستن که بی‌ثباتی منجر به چالش‌های عمده برای منطقه خواهد شد و لذا کشور منطقه با این موضوع مخالف.
Across the region, concern is growing. Turkey is urging Washington to dial down the pressure and resolve disputes with Iran one issue at a time, starting with the nuclear file. Ankara warns that sweeping demands could humiliate Iranian officials and push the region closer to another war. Turkey's foreign minister says Iran is open to nuclear talks, but opposes any foreign military intervention, calling renewed conflict destabilizing for the entire Middle East. He said, and I quote,
Turkey opposes any foreign intervention or attack on Iran. It would be wrong to start the war again. My advice always to the American friends, close the files one by one with Iranians. Start with nuclear, close it, then the other, then the other. If you put them as a package, all of them, it will be very difficult for our Iranian friends to digest. It sometimes might seem humiliating for them. It will be very difficult to explain to not only themselves, but also to the leadership.
On the streets of Tehran, the rhetoric is visible. Anti-US billboards loom over busy intersections. Newspapers carry headlines warning of war. One message reads, "If you sow the wind, you will reap the whirlwind." As warships move, diplomats scramble and tempers harden. The question now is not just whether talks will happen, but whether the march toward confrontation can still be stopped. because with armadas on the move and warnings on both sides, the margin for miscalculation is shrinking fast.